Here we go. Welcome to Voltage Control Lab. VoltageControlLab.com, at VControlLab on Twitter, at Voltage Control Lab on Instagram. I'm Joe, at Computo on everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, all that jazz. Hope everybody's doing good out there. And we're going to be remaking some sounds today. And let us know if you have any submissions, if you have any ideas that you'd like to recreate, any sounds that you want to remake. I'm just looking back through a couple of notes to see what people want to make. Let's see. What's up, Brian? Good to see you. Let's see if we can get some sound submissions in here. I think the other day we had. Hey, Sarah, what's up? Any. Just going back to all of my messages. Okay. Just looking back through submissions. Anybody in here have any submissions? Any sounds you want to remake? I think we did Cubinate last time. We did Side Piece last time. Let's see. Any submissions coming from the room? I think we've got a lot of competing shows going on today. So we're going to end up changing the schedule next week because I've got work, and I think the glut of live streams is increasing. So I think fewer live streams probably makes more sense. Trying to collect all of us into a more sensible time frame during the week. And I'm going to put up a post on our YouTube community page with a poll. And really, the question is, do we want it to be earlier in the morning or later in the evening? And keep in mind, this is noon where I am. So 3 hours earlier than this, 4 or 5 hours later than this. We could go even later than that. Trying to catch cats. What's up, Batador? Good to see you. Any sounds that anyone out there would like to recreate? Sounds from works, pieces of music that you've heard and that you would like to demystify. Could even be the sound of a certain artist or, like the general qualities or characteristics of a certain act or a specific sound from a recording. I think if not, maybe we'll just hop back into this track we were working on this week. But well, let's have a listen to what we made on Wednesday. I think just recalling what we did, I feel like we spent some time making a weird shredding bass noise and it didn't really fit the track. So I think that might be something we need to tweak. Here we go. Acid Lick from T78. All right, let's bring that up. Let's find that. T78. Remind me the artist. Or is Acid Lick the name of it? Let's find out. And the internet is slowing down. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, okay, here we go. Acid Lick. A lick is what we call a riff, right? In the rock world, in the jazz world, you know, play a dope riff, uh, sick licks, something like that. I don't know. Okay, so what sound is it that we're listening for here? Let's mute this for a second. The TB303 sound, that Ableton is freezing up trying to open this track. Okay. We've got a cat scratching against the wall. You're busted. You're busted, buddy. Okay, I've got a million programs opening right now by accident. And, okay, the 303 sound. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, sounds kind of like what we were listening to, or the one that we made a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago. What's up, Terror? Good to see you. And so we are just going to open a new project. And this is the track. And I think this is the sound that we're trying to make. Right? That bass, I think that's going to be it. So we're just going to let Ableton unfreeze. Okay. And I'm going to bring you guys down here. Okay, any thoughts on this sound? Let's paste the link. Let's do a share and timestamp it. By the way, this is how you send me a link. Share. This thing pops up. And you have to click start at, and then you can copy it and paste it. Okay. So that kind of classic bow, 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 bow effect, right? That's kind of the thing that we're going for here. Okay, let's hop into it. Let's find something that has some square-like waves. Now, we could probably do something like this on the modular synth, right? And maybe we can think about that after we test something out here in Ableton. Let's just use wavetable. Doesn't have to be wavetable that we use, but this could be where we go. And so, who's got some guesses here? How are we getting this bow bow effect? Any thoughts? Any thoughts? Well, let's think about again the TB303. It has two wave shapes, sawtooth and square wave. So we can maybe just slide right up to that sawtooth and square wave. We can start there. And how are we getting that effect of the wow effect? That's coming from the low pass filter that's built into the 303. Might switch it to 24 dB. That way it'll be a little bit more effective. Go down to the low end. Gonna have a lot of resonance. Might need to watch our volume. So let's at least build that part in. That should be kind of easy. Let's select envelope 2. No sustain, just an attack, just a decay, really. But we could shape the attack a little bit. We'll just play with the attack and decay mainly. And we're going to assign that to, click on filter frequency, that. So yeah, the longer attack, I think, is how we're getting that wow wow effect, right? Now, there might be a little bit more to that square shape. It might not be a basic square shape. We might even be able to find, I think we looked in here a while back looking for kind of a TB303 type shape, vintage. Let's see. Did we see something in here? Base sync? No. I can't remember where we saw that, but I think one of the things that we might play with would be, let's see, modern suite, acid pulse, acid saw. These might be in the right department. Let's load those up on the oscillator 2 just to see what they sound like. That was under filter and then acid pulse. Let's try this. Could try acid saw. Now the reason this is in a filter folder is because this wavetable position effectively scans between an unfiltered and a low pass filtered version of these sort of sawtooth waves, so that you don't need a filter. But we're going to get probably some similar results. Okay, so we need to maybe compare and listen again to those, to the original bass, and kind of compare. Is it closer to something like this or this? I think there's something a little bit more to it, but let's just go back for a second. Bring this up here. Let's put this into PRD mode, which should maybe a bit closer emulate the 303 filter. Okay, let's listen back. Turn this down a bit. Let's maybe turn on a second oscillator. Or let's go back to the first one and let's put it into classic mode where we can change the pulse width. I think we might need one of these an octave up. Well, it sounds more like a band pass. Let's try a band pass. Now we could also maintain some of the low end by putting these filters into parallel mode. So we're just pulse width shifting this square wave a bit. I think this instrument's not really going to cut it. Let's see. Let's listen to see if this changes over time. Okay. Let's see. Definitely closer to the square. So I think that resonance is being turned up as the sequence commences there. Less resonance before that. I think maybe we need one filter. doing something like that, and maybe we might have another low pass filter up top. Okay, let's go back. So I think we're getting closer there now. So I think we're getting a little bit there. Let's go back for a second. Maybe it's two square waves. Now it just comes in with the increased resonance. They could also be turning up the filter envelope intensity. And the shape of that envelope, of course. Two oscillators, maybe slightly detuned, or same tuning, or an octave. Let's see. Stop. Okay. Yeah, they're definitely opening up the filter and increasing the resonance over that stretch. I don't know that there's two oscillators. I think we get the effect of more harmonic complexity and what sounds kind of like two oscillators just with this with the resonance turned up on the filter. You know, it starts to do that self-resonating effect where it sounds like another oscillator is playing along. Um, it almost sounds like there's so we're getting pretty close. There's also like that basic synth or you know acid baseline pattern that comes in. It's kind of in the background there. There's some layering there, I think. Separate recordings. A lot less drive there. Yeah, it's definitely like a few passes with the 303 layered and you know sequenced in time, but whoops. Yeah, we could create a MIDI clip that might certainly take some pressure off trying to perform and tweak the synth at the same time. Pretty simple a pattern. But other sound ideas? Let's it was just the bad playing there, but I think we're slowly going away here. Add a pedal effect. Get a little bit of extra distortion out of this thing. I like that idea. Pedal has 3 modes: overdrive, distortion, and fuzz. Oh, you know what? We also need to control our volume envelope. That's where this is all falling apart. Even the amp might be fun. What if we just take that saturator? Saturator in wave shaper mode. Whoops. Can really shred it up. Soft click isn't really going to be in play yet. Really sensitive drive on the filter. Anyway, I think that's getting in the direction anyway. Could do this with a sawtooth wave. I think this is kind of going to give us a totally different. Do I have corpus? Of course. Of course, bus. Let's see. I don't know that corpus would be too acid friendly per se, but let's see. What else can we do? What other sounds? What other sounds do you guys want to make? Just kind of getting in the vibe of acid there. Square wave, really resonant low pass filter with an envelope, fast attack, relatively fast decay, this type of thing. We were recreating, what was the track? Acid Lick by T78, or one of the acid sounds in there. This thing, something like back over here. We kind of moved near it and then away from it again. Stop. There we go. Something with the wave shape still. But, yeah. Yeah, Bitwig. Good stuff. Okay, what else? What other sound? Who else has a recommendation? Alex, what was that? Acid TB303 plugin that you used again? Excuse me. Well, Gus Gus, the bass rhythm of the song Lies. Oops, not bass rhythm. What am I talking about? Lies are more flexible. Wait, that's a full album. Lies are more flexible. Here we go. Nice one. Really great tone. Okay, Great bass line. Um, let's throw an instrument in there. Uh, gonna get a copyright claim for that ringtone. Yeah. Okay, let's bring up Splice. Yeah, that one's definitely not acid. Um, might still be some square wave type of stuff. Gus Gus created the bass line in the Dofer system. Interesting. That's uh, that's some useful information, and it might lead us to look at the Doper A100 system. Okay. Internet's moving a little slower today. 16-step sequence, right? Um, what's up, Astrofish? Good to see you guys. Okay, so master masterclass Gus Gus. This is one of those things. Here we go. Live set in detail. DJ and Gus Gus masterclass. There you go. True Reykjavik native, purveyor of fine rhythms and synths. So this kind of goes back to our R&D discussion about how we need to, if we want to really get into the head of some of these producers, and if we want to know what and where these sounds come from, we might need to know as much as we can about these producers, like what instruments they play, what instruments they might use in the studio. Are they talking about it anywhere? Right? Are other people speculating about or referring us to instruments and processes that these artists use? And already in here, we've got our friend New Gravity, who's dropping some Gus Gus science on us. So I think we're getting some information just by asking the question of our peers, and uh, that's the type of thing that might teach us quite a bit about how to make this sound. And I think we see, as New Gravity is saying here, this video, this is the part two of the video, but part one is probably going to lead us along the way and at least be, add some relevance to part two as to what exactly it is they're doing to make all of this stuff happen live, and um, especially synth artists who play live might be reprogramming or reperforming their work on the original instrument. So, um, and it sounds like our friend New Gravity here has already watched this video. So, quite a bit of detail there. This is why it's important to, when possible, ask our peers about these types of things. And this is one place that we can maybe do that occasionally, but you also might frequent the sound design Reddit group. There are various Facebook groups for sound design and synthesis where you can postulate and or pose these questions to other people, and maybe you get little tidbits like this, right? This trail of breadcrumbs that might lead us right back to the original location. So, um, the and if frankly, if we're looking at a way to get into modular synthesis, those dope for A100 cases are a great way to do it. And looking at that instrument will also give us a bit of information about what tools might be employed to make such a sound. And if we're talking about the A100 system, this is kind of a pre existing system that Dopefer, the originator of the Eurorack format, this size and shape and format of modular synth, really came from. And the whole idea is that we can get off the shelf parts, or things that in the mid 90s were off the shelf parts, and put together all of the things that we would need, from power supply to the case, to make a modular system from scratch, basically. So let's look at this system. Let's see, maybe there's a better picture of it. There's the system 2, there's the system 1. Let's see. I feel like kind of a dumbass looking at this on Wikipedia rather than the Dopefer website itself. So, here we go. Much bigger image. Okay, so 2 oscillators with saw, pulse, or square, triangle, and sine waves. And those are our main tone generators, right? There's not like some crazy wavetable synth in this instrument. It's sawtooths, square waves or pulse waves, triangles or sine waves. Maybe many of those, but we'll have to re-listen, right? And then we have some mixers, a waveform processor. This might perform some you can see here clipping, symmetry, shaping, things like this. Some LFOs, some filters, right? Here's a low pass filter. We have a multi mode filter here, and a couple of VCAs, a couple of envelopes, right? So this isn't a crazy system that's trying to be modeled off of the Buchla or some, old classic oddball instrument. This is kind of the bread and butter tool set of any synthesizer. This is kind of the stuff that we need in a synth to make most of our sounds, and maybe in a limited fashion because we're working within a hardware system here and they're trying to keep it affordable. So, but this has everything that we might need. A lot of the functions that we've been looking at in the maths class broken out into singular modules, right? Mixers, slew limiters, envelope multi-function generators, um, mixers. Oh, we already said mixers. Um, what else do we have in here? Any CV manipulation? I guess the waveform processor, sort of, but we don't really have any. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Attenuators, inverters, things like that. I guess we could use the VCAs to some degree, but um, yeah. Anyway, good stuff. Um, and if we want to make a lot of our of the bread and butter synth sounds of the last 50 years, this is a lot of the material that we might need to do such a thing, uh, as opposed to a complete system from another company that might be complicated and taking its cues from some far flung rare instrument. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but something to consider. So we're working with one of those four basic wave shapes, most likely, maybe two of those basic wave shapes, um, and let's remind ourselves. Okay, and low pass filter with resonance and okay. Now there's something a little bit more to it also than just whatever tone it is. Okay, let's start building the tone anyway. Um, we'll give ourselves a nice short sequence friendly amplitude envelope. Um, whoops, not basic mini. Whoa, going way out there now. Let's listen to this on headphones. Turn the volume way down. Okay, we need another envelope. Could be the same envelope, I suppose, as envelope one, but we want this to be ideally something else, something separately controllable. Okay, let's go back to the original sound. Okay. Okay, so one thing that's in there is there's a beat delay. Uh, let's just write in a pattern here. Okay, we're going to slow it down a little bit. I don't know, something like that. I don't know. So not so much feedback. And I think there might be I think there's maybe a comb filter or something on it. Maybe the opposite order though. Maybe this will be our low pass filter. And then this one will be our comb filter. What is it? Switch this. Okay, let's check the original again. Ours is okay, but there's something else. Maybe key tracking? Let's see. Two oscillators could be. Oops. Something else in the oscillator section. Oh, let's turn off. Mm. Maybe then, yeah, throw a little bit of I think I need to use push for this so I never accidentally hit these things. Let's see. 3 oscillators in the original. 1 normal, 2 maybe wave shaping or lower octave, 3 high octave, maybe chorus or flanger. So maybe like stacked oscillators, excuse me, in octaves. But getting there. There's something still. There's still a bite to that sound that I really like. Uh, could be that it's not a basic wave shape. That it's more like a formant, like a yeah, like a vowel shape here or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, we forgot about the built-in drive on the filter. Yeah, getting there. There's something about the that live modular flavor, though. I'm gonna have to go watch that Gus Gus video. That was pretty cool. Uh, yeah. Well, those are some pretty good ones. Yeah, no cats in here today. All right. Well, hey, that was fun. I hope you guys got something out of that. Feels like a low energy Friday. Um, well, we're going to do another show tomorrow. We'll see what that'll be about. Maybe more about maths, maybe something modular related. Maybe we'll try to remake some of these sounds on the modular. Uh, yeah, and then for next week we will be looking into some other scheduling options. So I'll get back to you guys about that. I'll let you know tomorrow what the scuttlebutt is, and yeah, we got air humping maths over here. We got elements, Nyan Cat. We got Dancing Baby up there. So, trying to keep it fresh. Modular melodies. Okay, I like that. That might be a good idea. Well, let's do modular tomorrow then. We'll do something modular related. Maybe we'll work maths into that. And yeah, sweet. Well, thanks for coming, you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have some more details about what's gonna happen next week and henceforth. But we're gonna keep the shows going. They just might not be every day at noon in the future. We will see what the schedules dictate for school. So yeah, well, hope everybody has a great day. Take care out there. Thanks so much for you guys coming in, Alex. New Gravity, great info from you. New Gravity, really appreciate the details on the Gus Gus process and technique. Sarah, thanks for bringing a great example in here, a challenging one, especially for a 303. We sometimes take those for granted, but yeah, Astrofish, One On, Batador. Oh, did I see G Dizzle up there? Oh shit. What's up, G Dizzle? Didn't even see you were in there. And SSF. Wait, remind me. SSF. Oh, like the steady state fate modules. Remind me which ones those were again. Oh, we got the Russians in the house. What up? Let's see. Which module? Propagate was one of them, right? They had some. Let's see. Internet's moving real slow today. Okay, here they are. Blender, ultrafold. Let's see. Let's blow up maths. That's right. What can we do in other devices? Oh yeah, there's propagate. Okay, so it was like spectrum and propagate. Were those the ones? Okay, well yeah, we'll take a look at those tomorrow as well, and we'll examine them at least in uh, on-screen form. So yeah, we're all in quarantine right now, I think. I have one of my favorite YouTube channels is a Russian YouTube channel, Stop a Douchebag. It's where they stop people from driving on the sidewalks. It's a pretty funny channel. It's kind of like Russian dash cam videos, but from outside of the car. But yeah, I love our Russian friends, and glad to have you in here. And okay, we're gonna come back in tomorrow, and we're gonna keep it on going. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. All right, take care, you guys.